Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are San Diego.
Everyone knows winning is not easy. It takes all facets of the game, and lately, the Padres are doing it all. Great pitching, solid defense, and sweet swings that have propelled the squad to wins in 9 of their last 12 games. Tonight, the Padres seek to sneak further up the standings. It's Game 2 against the Marlins, and it starts right now. Another gorgeous night for baseball in San Diego, just outside Petco Park. We're on the inside where the fans are filing in, looking to see their now 4th place San Diego Padres, who managed to leapfrog the Dodgers after beating the Marlins 5-0 last night. All reasons to be excited as we get you ready for Game 2 of this 3-game set between the Miami Marlins and the San Diego Padres. Beautiful night all the way around. The fans are ready for some action. Alongside Mark Grant, I'm Mike Pomeranz, and we look at these winning ways. 9-3 in the last 12 games. Best record in the National League over that span. Jed Jerko, the rookie, contributing and doing a wonderful job.
Well, the rookie second baseman not only making his name known here in San Diego, but throughout Major League Baseball. Why? Because of swings like that. And then when you look at the at-bats, first, he's leading in hits. The slugging percentage, well above 400. He's driving in runs at third. Hopefully he can be in a Padre uniform for a long time. He's got great baseball instinct. The kid is a competitor. And talking to the coaches, this kid's going to be really good. So I know it's early in the season, only a month or so, but he continues to put up good numbers. Talking Rookie of the Year talk throughout the year.
Well, that would be really exciting.
Absolutely.
He's played the great defense, as you said. He's hitting well, and that's all boding well for the pitchers. We've seen some very good starting pitching for the Padres in recent days. Had a wonderful start from Andrew Kashner just yesterday. We thought we'd talk about the importance of quality starts, Mark. A quality start, those of you at home, it's when a starting pitcher goes 6 innings and gives up 3 earned runs or fewer, and the rest of the statistics pretty much just bear out the obvious. If you throw a quality start, your club's got a good chance of coming out with a W.
It shortens the game as well, because when you look at quality starts, let's say your starter goes 6 or 7 innings, you've got your 8th inning man. You've got Gregerson. You've got Street for the 9th. And you know what? Eric Stoltz has been in a Padre uniform. He's been outstanding. 11 quality starts. What a find for Josh Burns, the general manager of the San Diego Padres. And the main thing is he keeps them in games because the Padres are 9-2 in those games. So keeping him off balance. He's not going to have a lot of swings and misses. He throws all those 3 pitches that keeps him off balance. Hopefully another quality start to follow the lead of Andrew Kashner last night.
He's got 2 already this year, does Eric Stoltz, and we will keep our fingers crossed for another good effort from the Padres starters this evening. When we come back, we're going to talk about Everett Cabrera. He's been doing a little bit of everything for the Padres. He's hitting, he's playing well defensively, and he can flat run. You're going to hear what Buddy Black says makes him so special coming up.
2 between the Padres and the Marlins this Tuesday night, and in San Diego's win last night, Everth Cabrera reached base 3 times in 4 at-bats, stole 2 bases, and Buddy Black says he's just really improved both at the plate and in the field. Offensively, he's striking out less, being more aggressive, and defensively coming up with that routine play night in and night out, a telltale sign of a player maturing.
There's a lot of improvement to his game, and I think he's thinking the game much better than he did over his first couple years. There's more of a calmness to his thought. You can tell just how he's throwing the ball. He knows runners. He knows situations. He's grown a lot in a short period of time, and it's really, really great to see.
Taking to heart what the coaches have told him, Everth Cabrera, the leadoff hitter tonight for the Padres. And coming up, Chase Headley seeking number 12 this evening. Ahead with the call will be Mike Pomeranz and Mark Grant. We'll see you right back here after the break.
Jack in the Box, the Chipotle Chicken Club combo's back for a limited time at Jack in the Box. By Petco, where the healthy pets go. And by Farmers Insurance. Contact your local agent at 888-96-FARMERS. Beautiful night for baseball. Petco Park. This is game 2 of a 3-game set between the Padres and the Miami Marlins. The Marlins have been young and in trouble for much of this season, but recently Mike Redmond, the manager, feels they have been playing much better baseball. Tonight's Marlins lineup brought to you by Hyundai. It'll be Adeiny Echeverria, Matt Diaz, Placido Polanco will hit third, play third. Justin Ruggiano will bat fourth, play center field. Marcelo Ozuna, Greg Dobbs, Miguel Olivo, Chris Valleca, and Alex Sanabria will pitch for Miami. On the mound tonight, the left-hander Eric Stoltz.
Hey, Mike, the scouting report for left-hander Eric Stoltz: don't hang the breaking ball. If he gets ahead and goes towards the shoe tops of the hitters, he should be effective, and stay out of the heart of the plate. He's got that two-seam action on the fastball down and away to righties. Avoid the inner part of the plate with that fastball.
Well, the first pitch is strike, and we are underway. A lot of attention in the Marlins dugout given to Echeverria, just 23 years old. As Mark had mentioned in the open, Eric Stoltz is going to battle him with virtually everything he's got in the toolbox. Stoltz 2-2 on the year, ERA just a tick over 5 at 5.08, making his 7th start of the season. Quickly ahead of Echeverria, 0-2.
You know, Mike, even though the Marlins are 10-23, they're 5-5 their last 10 games. I think the perfect fit for this club is a manager like Mike Redmond. He wore the Marlins uniform. He was on some teams that had struggled, so he knows what it's like to expect to go through the peaks and valleys. Obviously, it's going to be more valleys for these Marlins. But I think it's a great choice by the organization having Mike Redmond at the helm.
Echeverria drives this one into left field. Denorfia tucks it away. There's the first out of the inning. Here's a look at your Padres defense, brought to you by Aramco Mortgage. Chris Denorfia is in left field. Alexi Amarista will play center tonight. Will Venable in right field. Round the horn, it'll be Chase Headley, Everett Cabrera, Jed Jerko, Yonder Alonso. Nick Hundley will catch. And as we've mentioned, Eric Stoltz is your starter.
Yeah, this is a defense that Bud Black is pretty happy with, obviously, huh? Tupperware tight, wouldn't you say?
One of the tops in the National League right now as Matt Diaz steps in.
And that brings confidence for the pitching staff as well. Hit your spots, have them put the ball in play. Chances are this ball club is going to make the play behind you.
Only 14 errors for the Padre defense so far this season. Only the Diamondbacks and the Cardinals are any more sound defensively. Dobbs, or rather Diaz, takes down at 3-0 now the count.
Talked to Darren Balsley, the pitching coach for the Padres, before the game, and he said the one thing that they worked on with Eric Stoltz is his two-seam grip. So you might see a little bit different action on that two-seamer. Well, now it's time for the Farmers Insurance game plan. Got to have a game plan, right? Well, you set the hook early. Changing speeds is the bait. You see where we're going here?
I watch you work.
And then you reel them in. You bring them in. You can fry them up. You can take them to the taxidermist, put them on the wall or whatever. Hopefully that results into a notch in the W column for the Padres.
Placido Polanco. 14 years now in the big leagues.
He does everything solidly, doesn't he? Great mix, too. We mentioned that yesterday about his presence in the lineup in the clubhouse to kind of help out the youngsters. And we see that throughout Major League Baseball when teams are in the state that the Marlins are in.
Yeah, Mike Redmond telling us today that there aren't a lot of places he can go in that clubhouse to find that experience, so he's going to lean on a guy like Polanco. He'll lean on, say, Greg Dobbs, or in the lineup tonight, Miguel Olivo. But beyond that, you look at their roster, 22, 23, 24 years old, up and down. Some talent there. I think most baseball scouts have said.
Hey, Juan Pierre is everywhere.
Yeah.
Look, he's with the Marlins now helping out.
Redmond said he had to rest him tonight. Happens when you get a little up in age, I guess.
Hey, let's face it, Polanco, Pierre getting long in the tooth and, you know, in the twilight of their career. But that doesn't mean they can't help out at the big league level, and that's just what Mike Redmond wants them to do. Miguel Olivo. He was once a Padre. Good egg there.
So it's maybe not the perfect blend of youth and experience for Mike Redmond's Marlins, but it's what he's working with this season. Here's Polanco fouling one away.
Talked to Mike prior to yesterday's game, and I just had one simple question for him. So now that you're the skipper, what's the one thing that's really changed as far as from your playing days? He goes, you know what, the game moves so much more quickly in my chair. Because when I was a player, I'd kind of map things out and say, okay, yeah, this might happen. And then you kind of get distracted. You're talking to a teammate on the bench or whatever. But now you've got to think 1, 2, 3 innings ahead. And it's, bam, right on top of you to make that decision.
He said he was learning as quickly as he could, you know, in the minor league level. But as you and Mark Sweeney have said so many times, the game just so much quicker up here. And it's going to be a throw down, and it will get him. I thought for a second there he'd have no shot at all, but Hundley throwing a strike down to second base, and just that quickly, the Padres recorded out.
But when you look at Diaz at first base, he had a very short lead. That might have bit him right there on that play. So his secondary lead isn't really where he wants to be. When he sees daylight between Hundley and baseball, he elects to go, commits himself, and Nick fires a nice strike down to second base to pick up his pitcher.
So Diaz is second out, and Polanco will find a right side for a base hit. It gets him off the schneid in this series. He was 0 for 3 yesterday. And Justin Ruggiano is up next.
Well, we talked about the presence of Polanco. Not only his years of service, but how about his approach at the plate? He realizes the count. He sees the hole on the right side the way Jerko was playing him, and he just spanks it that way for a single.
So here's Ruggiano hitting .239 on the year with 6 home runs, 15 RBIs. It's 29 games played.
I know there's only been 2 base runners here, Mike, in this early part of the ballgame, but very short leads over at first base. Diaz, very short lead. Polanco, he's not going to break any, Usain Bolt's records running by any means, but that's a short lead right there.
He knows his limitations. He knows Ruggiano's got a little bit of pop. And this time, Polanco make a bid. Hundley tried to follow his last play, but this one squirts into center field, and Polanco will try for third, get in there pretty easily. So just like that, with 2 outs, it looked like Eric Stultz would have a chance for a force there at second or at first, but wild pitch and the error by Hundley. Polanco will move to third base.
So Eric Stultz elects to go from the stretch with the runner at third and 2 outs. Nice block by Nick. We saw John Baker do that the other day. Nick Hundley does that so well.
Got to do a lot for the confidence of a pitcher too, doesn't it?
Absolutely, because you can't just 86 your breaking ball, right? Even though there's a runner on third base. John Baker did a nice job. That was a changeup out of the hand. Takes it right in the chest protector.
2-2 to Ruggiano. Roll this one to Cabrera, who charges hard. Nice play, and that'll do it. So the Marlins make it a little bit interesting, but do not score. The Padres and Everett Cabrera coming up. Here to come to bat. Take a look at tonight's San Diego lineup, brought to you by Toyota. Everett Cabrera will lead off, playing shortstop. Kristen Orfield will bat second. Chase Headley in his usual spot in the 3-hole. Yonder Alonso batting fourth. Jed Jerko, Will Venable, Nick Hundley, Alexi Amarista, and his finest hitting pitcher is may be in the National League right now, Eric Stultz. Alex Sanabia, San Diegan. on the mound.
Well, here's the scouting report for the pride and joy of Castle Park High School in Chula Vista. He changes speeds, he relies on location, and he's a gutsy competitor. The 24-year-old right-hander, we heard from earlier, he's just so excited, and he seems to be the type of kid, Mike, that he can contain those emotions and go to work here at a place where he came as a kid to watch a big league ball game, Petco Park. It's got to be quite a thrill.
It's got to be very exciting, too, when you figure, you're getting the ticket requests, the family's going to be there, friends.
And the scouting report for the Marlins is brought to you by our friends at Nissan.
So Everett Cabrera will lead things off against Alex Sanabia. Everett, number 2 in the National League in stolen bases. His numbers right about where Buddy Black said earlier he'd hoped to see them, and his defense much improved.
The ideal thing to do here, Mike, is to get on the board early. After winning 5-0 last night, multiple base runners, get Sanabia into the stretch. Hey, it's a great story, right? He's pitching at home, 15 minutes away here. He grew up. Got to get to the kid early, though. It's a big league ball game.
You're not the kind of guy who's going to give a kid a free pass. That's not who you are.
That's right.
I don't think any Padre fan will be disappointed. Look, tip your cap. He's in the big leagues. Sure. He's 24 years old. Comes up, 32nd round draft pick? Yep. And there he is in the big leagues. But it's business at this level. Everett Cabrera paid to make things happen. Ahead 3-1.
What a great opportunity, though, for Sanabia as Chris Denorfia waits on deck, eyeing every pitch from the right-hander.
Mike Redmond said he's not going to overpower you. He said they're low fastball, maybe 90-92. But a competitor, got the nice change. It's a full count pitch to Cabrera. Fouled away.
Another changeup with back-to-back changeups. And that tells you everything you need to know about Sanabia. Just because it's the fastball count doesn't mean he's going to throw you a fastball. Not afraid to change speeds, as we mentioned in the scouting report.
That pitch count, get it up, get it done early. Sanabia now at 6. And Everett Cabrera is aboard with a walk. Here's a look at the Marlins defense tonight, brought to you by Hyundai. Diaz in left, Ruggiano in center. Ozuna, the rookie, in right field. Polanco, Echeverria, Valleca, Dobbs around the horn. Olivo, the former Padre, will catch, and Sanabia is your pitcher. Ron Fowler, Kevin O'Malley, taking a little Tuesday night baseball, watching their club. Tom Seidler there as well.
They must know somebody to get those seats.
You can't just walk in here, sit anywhere you want. They put you, I looked at your ticket list today. I didn't notice Fowler, O'Malley, and Seidler.
No. We talked about the Padres defense being 3rd in the National League. Well, Miami, different story. Down near the bottom, 14th. 27 errors. Tied for the most with the Chicago Cubs. So avoid the strikeout, put the ball in play.
27 errors now do the Marlins. Mike Redmond said he got them all T-shirts in spring training. They all said defense across the chest. I spoke to him today in the clubhouse. He said he's thinking of taking them back.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he's joking. He's a really easygoing fella, as you know. He just reiterated your point. He said, look, I've got young guys. They're just feeling their way through this, and we don't want to get them down too early. He said they played a lot of close ball games. Just hadn't turned their way. Here's Chris Denorfia. Close.
First base umpire Wally Bell ringing him up. On the check swing, does he go? Oh, I thought he went.
Dino hit 300, a couple of home runs, 11 RBIs. Had himself a hit and an RBI yesterday. That 5-0 shutout of the Marlins. It's a first shutout for the Padres this season. Combined work, great job. Andrew Kashner, Dale Thayer.
See if he goes to the right side here. A little 1st and 3rd action. Tried to hook that slider there. Well, that's the beauty of having a base stealer on first base like Everett Cabrera. Sanabi's got to be worried about him, right? That calls for a fastball count. That was a slider there, though. And Edinson Volquez just enjoying the night in the dugout, huh? Telling some stories. Always has a smile on his face.
Love the fact he enjoys every day in the big leagues. You and Mark Sweeney talk all the time about appreciating the opportunity to play at this level. And while it's a grind and it's tough and it's got its ups and downs, Everett Cabrera, one of those guys, and Edinson Volquez always seem to enjoy being here. Good pitch gets past Denorfia, the first out of the inning.
Two-seam action. Watch where he buries it. Sanabia goes inside. He's not afraid to throw that pitch inside. It's a two-seamer. And watch Chris's hands. Can't get him through quickly enough and get the barrel of the bat out in front. Oh, wow. This Marlin fan, who's that? The Unknown Comic? Hey, Chucky baby, Chucky baby.
Not enjoying the year.
Yeah.
10-23 on a season. Here's Chase Headley riding an 11-game hitting streak. Shocker.
Oh, he's got a Blue Jay hat. I thought there was somebody sitting behind him. That's actually on the paper bag. Paper or plastic?
This guy's getting it. American League disappointment, National League disappointment. Plenty of shirts left in the Padres souvenir store.
By the way,
get on that bandwagon now, buddy.
By the way, on a serious note, we wish nothing but the best for Jay Happ. He was pitching in Tropicana Field against the Rays and got hit with a line drive in the head.
Terrible.
Yeah, so we hope he's okay.
We get an update, of course, we'll pass that along to you. Quick throw over there. Gotta honor the speed that Cabrera brings. I mentioned he's 10 stolen bases, second in the National League. Juan Pierre for the Marlins leads the National League with 12. 2 to Headley and finds the hole. It gets past Cabrera, who will hold at second base, but now he'll go as the ball's bobbed by Ozuna. And the Padres have runners at the corners. Error on Marcell Ozuna.
Another error, second one of the evening. And how does Sanabia go after Headley? He gets the call with the two-seamer, and he is not afraid to go into the inside part of the plate. That was a changeup. Kind of speeds up the bat of Chase Headley, and he hooks it to the right side. Well, first and third action here for the Padres.
So Headley's hitting streak alive now at 12 games. The hits just keep on coming for Chase, picking up about where he left off last year's Silver Slugger year. Here's Yonder Alonso. Comes in tonight hitting .270, 4 home runs, 20 RBIs. Denorfia the only out of the inning, so runners at the corners. First pitch Hackett. Fouled away.
Hey, he had him 0-2. Chase Headley. So he battled. He had to battle. He had to shorten up that swing to put it in play on the changeup.
Yonder hitting .286 with runners in scoring position. That was a stat that plagued the Padres early, but they've really improved. This time, though, lifts the ball to left field. Diaz is under it with an out. Cabrera's going to tag and make a bid. That ball's cut off, and Chase Headley is gunned down at second base. Very close play. Very close play. Diaz does the fundamentals well. Ball gets cut up by Polanco, and the Padres go down.
The Marlins by one, and it is Social Media Tuesday. I'm Megan O'Leary, and I'm checking out some of the tweets you've been sending in. I've got to highlight this one. It comes from Mickey Koch, and he said his favorite memory was his mom going into labor with his brother in 1986, and his dad made his mom wait, saying, hey, we're going to win this game, and then Tony Gwynn had the walk-off home run. This is pretty awesome. I mean, can you think about that? Making your wife wait to watch Tony Gwynn hit a walk-off. Remember to keep tweeting us at Fox Sports SD using our hashtag Padres Pride. We'll be highlighting some of our favorite tweets throughout the game. Guys, can you imagine telling your wife to wait?
I can imagine saying that and then her becoming my ex-wife. I don't think she'd have that at all. Yours?
Hi, everybody at Petco Park. Let's hear it for the Padres. Yeah, it's good to see everybody here tonight. Come on, cheer for the Padres. How you doing, everybody?
There's Marcelo Ozuna. Lifts this ball up behind second base. Jed Jerko calls for it.
All
Puts
right.
it away, one away.
Hey, we saw some great range from Jed Jerko in spring training, remember? When he was playing third base, going out to shallow left field. Each day that goes by, he just seems to feel more comfortable. And it's not a cockiness. It's a confidence that he has, that he carries.
Well, it can't hurt either that Chase Headley's back, so he doesn't have to bounce around second and third. He's able to settle in. Also able to hit a little lower in the lineup where Buddy Black wanted it. Here's Greg Dobbs. Dobbs comes in tonight hitting .230. A homer, 7 runs driven in. Only left-handed hitter in Mike Redmond's lineup tonight. This ball lifted, maybe another opportunity for Jerko. He puts that one away.
Hey, once Eric Stoltz finds that groove, especially with the off-speed stuff, he'll be able to throw that snappy yacker for a strike early. He'll have these Marlin hitters kind of out on their front foot a little bit. That's something we can talk to Mark Sweeney about, the soft tossing left-handers and how it's really tough to weight back and keep them off balance.
Here's Miguel Olivo. Hitting 152 early on here. A couple of home runs, 4 RBIs. Olivo takes low for a ball. Hey, I don't want to go another minute without explaining the reason I'm even sitting in this chair next to you tonight. Dick Enberg and his lovely wife Barbara celebrating their 30th anniversary tonight.
That's awesome. Congratulations to Dick and Barbara. Enjoy your night off.
Said he had some special plans. They were going to renew their vows.
Cool.
He was going to buy her a burger.
You know, I remember my mom and dad had their 50th and they renewed their vows. Right?
Yeah.
And my dad said before the mass, he goes, Mark, I didn't know they ran out. What do I have to renew them for?
Hopeless romantic.
Typical Larry.
Hopeless romantic Larry is. Hey, nice play.
It's awesome what a baseball can do, huh? Bring a smile to anybody's face.
And that'll do it. Punched out. Good looking heater from Stoltz. Gets Olivo. Jed Jerko will lead things off.
The second, Alex Sanabia making his Petco Park debut this evening in front of a bunch of family and friends. He says it's pretty nerve-wracking, but this is a start he's had circled for a while.
Definitely excited and just stoked, man, just to pitch in front of family and friends. I mean, it's a dream come true, something that as a kid I've always wanted to do. And I came to a game when I was in high school, and in my head I was like, I'm going to pitch on that field one day, and 7 years later, you know, I'm here and going to be able to do it. So I'm excited.
From the Chula Vista area, guys, and he said 31 tickets he bought for sure, but he knows there's about 50 family and friends here, and pretty much today's paycheck went towards those tickets, I think, Mark Grant.
Yeah, that's a good call, Kelly.
Jed Jerko rips himself a single. He continues his hot hitting. Had a home run yesterday, a home run the day before that.
And you know what? You got to hold your breath because Adeiny Echeverria at shortstop, you don't mark it down in your book until that baseball is past the young shortstop. We saw him make a spectacular play last night. He dives again. Can't come up with it. Good effort. But a base knock for Jed Jerko, adding to that rookie total of his.
Jerko now with a 12-game home hitting streak intact. And Will Venable try to bring him around.
Adeiny Echeverria, one hopper, snag, back up from his knees on one hopper. That was one heck of a play. And I mentioned it last night, Mike. You know, we've seen some darn good shortstops. We've got our own Everett Cabrera here in a San Diego Padre uniform, Gene Segura in Milwaukee, and now Echeverria for the Miami Marlins.
You know what Redmond said today? Same thing you said last night. Remember that play by Ozzie Smith where he goes up the middle, but the ball jumps back and he ends up barehanding it?
Off the bat of Jeff Burrows.
That's right. So it kind of reminded him a little bit of that, though. That play is impossible to trump, I think. Oh, Venable gets into this one a little bit, lifts it up to Ozuna in right. Camped underneath it, but then he can't find it. The sounds. How about that? The sound's going. That ball is gone. I'll tell you what, he gets into that ball. Ozuna camps underneath it like he's got to play. I think everybody was fooled. We looked at the umpires. They weren't quite sure, but first base umpire Wally Bell, the crew chief. Will Venable.
Does he touch first base? It's the old hidden ball trick.
Look at that. Where? What?
You know what? It's that part of night. The balls are rubbed up. They're dark. It's dusk. The lights really haven't taken their full effect. Wow. That's something you don't see every night.
Tell you what, we owe Will Venable a make good on a home run call right there. That was unbelievable. Got to give you a do-over on that one.
I still don't know where that ball landed.
Mike Trussell, our statistician, is pointing out there. Well, we get the,
that gives us a good
general idea there, Mike. We can figure that out. Big Hundley lifts this one to center. Ruggiano under it. That one we know for sure is an out. All righty, let's go back to that. Here's the drive to right field. Venable gets into this one. Ozuna's clueless. This ball is gone. Home run, Will Venable.
I even saw some fans out there in the porch kind of putting their hands up in the air like, until that ball came down, they didn't know where it was.
You've been in that chair 18 years. You ever see anything like that?
I've never seen that. No, I have not. I've seen the ball drop like maybe 15, 20 feet away from the outfielder, but I've never seen one like that go out of the yard.
One out. Here's Alexi Amarista. Amarista goes to left center. Diaz closing on it. He'll cut it off. Wheel and fire. Amarista's going to make a bid, and he will beat the throw. Manny Gonzalez says he got past the tag, and Alexi Amarista is in with a double.
You got to love him going the opposite way. Now, he can see that play right in front of him. He sees Ruggiano. Diaz going after it. He says, you know what? I got to turn it on. This is going to be close. Slides towards the inside part. Let's see the tag. Ooh, you know what? Looks like he made the right call. Manny Gonzalez, the umpire, was all over it. He got that front foot on the bag. Fourth double for Alexi.
So here's Eric Stoltz. Flips this one to Polanco. Polanco will look Amarista back and retire Stoltz for the second out of the inning. So the last few balls have been easier for us to follow. Little Venable hits when it disappears into the right field sky. A 2-run home run driving in Jed Jerko. And 3-0 is where we stand.
Hey, remember in our pregame show talking about how during the streak, how it's been a collective thing amongst the Padres, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's contributing. We talked about the last 2 games, Jerko going deep. Well, now Will Venable getting into the act.
Everett Cabrera has gone deep a couple of times this season.
Back against the Arizona Diamondbacks in the 7th inning, Christian Orfe, even though it was an 8-1 game, he hits a home run.
Jerko Venable back-to-back home runs against the Diamondbacks. So now Everett Cabrera. No balls, 1 strike.
Once again, another opportunity for a 2-out run. Yeah, I could see where those baseballs, I mentioned it before, they rub them up. That ball hits the air, goes up into that sky. It's tough to pick up at times.
All the games you've seen here since 2004.
I've never seen that.
Unreal. Cabrera swings through a heater. And Venable's response, I think, was priceless. Even he was unsure. He's looking at Dave Roberts. He's unsure. Outfielder Ozuna unsure. The fan wasn't. The fan's the only one in the ballpark who knew where it was. Everett Cabrera will find a hole. Ozuna with a rocket of an arm's got a play, but it will be cut by the catcher. Had to throw off line. Thought he might have a bid on Cabrera, but did not. And another 2-out run driven in by your Padres.
Well, whatever it is they're doing, keep doing it. Good at bats. As I mentioned earlier, it's almost like these Padre hitters aren't panicking in situations like this. They're getting a pitch. It wasn't the best pitch, or the best swing rather, but he kept his hands back enough to poke it through that right side, and Amarista, with the speed, scores. Another crooked number here in the bottom of the second, a 3 spot for the Padres.
Well, you said it at the open. Get on the board early. Here's Kristen Orfia, who has done virtually everything Buddy Black and the staff have asked him to do. Runners in scoring position for the year, as you see, they're hitting .412. He comes into the game hitting .300.
I think Kristen Orfe has done everything except do the laundry in the clubhouse. Leave that to Spencer Dolan.
Oh, don't mess with Spencer. Best in the business. You've seen Sweeney after a buffet meal.
Oh, yeah.
Cleans him right up. Denorfia struck out in the first. The 0-2 didn't fool Dino, hit it on the screws, but Ozuna cuts it off. But here is the play of the evening so far. Will Venable get on, get out? Yeah, it was gone. 2-run shot, Will Venable. Padres up 4-0. Casino. Real friendly, real close. And by the Aramco Group. Purchase, refinance, reverse. 4-0. Will Venable. Hopefully we'll see the ball much better as a defender than any of us saw in the last inning when he was up to bat and hit a 2-run home run that mystified the entire building.
Hey, don't think that that's not in the back of his head as well. If somebody hits a high pop fly to right field, he's going to concentrate like no other night to try to catch that baseball until it gets completely dark here at Petco Park.
Here's Chris Valaika. Hitless last night in 4 trips. His first at bat this evening now. Mike Redmond hoping for a little bit of offense in his first year as manager of the Marlins. Padres hoping it does not come on their visit here to San Diego.
85 looks like 95, huh? Stoltz going up the ladder there. Valaika 3-1 count. But you know what? That's the kind of hack you like to see. 3-1.
It's good about the time of the ball game for Eric Stoltz to break out that huge bender of his. You see it, that is the pitch, but this time he gets the ball rolled over to Cabby on the run. Nice flip and a great pick by Yonder Alonso for the first out of the inning.
I think one of the keys here is Cabrera purposely bounces it to give Alonso a chance. But see how Alonso lowers himself? Watch this the throw. He'll go down to one knee, kind of lowering his sights a little bit in playing it back. I mean, when the ball is closer to your eyes, it's easier to gauge, right? Unless, you know, if you're standing straight up and it's down, it's tougher to kind of pick it. I think that was a nice athletic job over there at first base by Yonder.
Looked like he might get caught with an in-between hop, but he didn't. He got the long hop, and in fact, like you said, he played it deep, really helped.
I think he just gave some love over there to Cabby. Kind of got his attention and kind of winked at him a little bit.
Sinaglia rolls out to Headley for the second out.
Hey, don't miss Padres 80s night. This is going to be awesome, folks. And Knock Around Sunglasses night, Friday, May 17th, when the Padres take on the Washington Nationals. First pitch is going to be at 7:10. The first 20,000 fans will take home a pair of brown and orange Knock Around sunglasses. Be sure to buy your tickets early and save at Padres.com or get on the horn at 619-795-5555. This was the giveaway last year.
I love Tony's expression.
Yeah.
You know, Hall of Famer.
Tony's the cool customer in the whole deal there.
He allows you guys to just run roughshod over it. Echeverria will roll her to his counterpart Cabrera, and that will do it for the Marlins in the third. Chase Headley and his 12-game hitting streak will lead things off. For the Wendy's, now that's better stat of the night. Through 32 games, much improved home run totals from last year where they had just 12. This year already 25. Mark, you know what that is.
No, that's better.
Here's Chase Headley.
It's clear. The proof is in the pudding.
One more food reference.
Actually, the proof is in the beef.
Remember the Where's the Beef lady?
Oh,
loved her.
Clara Peeler.
Anybody in this booth shocked that he knew that? Not at all.
That was her name.
I believe you're probably right. I wouldn't know enough to tell you otherwise. Chase Headley got himself a single in the first, and that continues his hit streak here at 12 as you take a look at the National League leaders in that department. Carlos Gomez from Milwaukee there. Tops among the senior circuit, 13 consecutive games.
You put that into perspective. Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hitting streak. Are you kidding me? Really?
That's obscene.
And the pressure that goes along with that. You know, we talked to players that have had 30, 33 games. Benito Santiago had a 30 game. Or was it 33? It was 30 or 33. And just the pressure that goes along with that.
You remember opening day? Do you remember it 34 games ago now for the Padres?
I know where you're going.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Headley lays into this one into right field. Ozuna, though, sees it this time and puts it away for the first out of the inning.
Well, Mark Sweeney is down by the Padre dugout, and I know, Mark, you didn't. Well, first of all, the first question: how many starts in a row was the most for you during your career?
How many starts in a row?
Yeah.
Oh man, maybe I don't know, 4 or 5.
Really?
Maybe? Yeah.
Now, well, I mean, seriously, to put that in perspective, to get a hit in each of those 5 games, that's pretty tough to do.
Yeah, it's tough to hit in the big leagues. I'll always say that, no matter how hard and easy you make it sound like. It is very difficult to hit, but the hitting streaks, to me, especially these days, are very impressive because all the pressures you talked about, Mark.
Yeah, and think of it this way as well. Let's say you're 0 for.
Yonder Alonso not 0 for the night. Got himself a run driven in the first. Now a single sharply to left.
We've often talked about how Yonder Alonso, Mark Sweeney talks about how he's using his legs and inside out that ball, carving it. That's a breaking ball, actually. That's elevated, takes it the other way. But getting back to the hitting streak, let's say you've got an 0 for, let's say you've got a 10, 12, 15 game hitting streak. Now you've got your last at bat against a closer because they're trying to close it out, or a setup man. It's tough to do.
One out, here's Jed Jerko. He singled and scored in the second. He was ahead of that Will Venable disappearing home run.
We'll be able to keep track of the pitches on Fox Tracks, thanks to our good friends at Southland Technology. The best in audio and visual for your home and office. In and out, up and down. That's what Sanabia tries to do.
Location and timing. Redmond says are the keys for him.
He's a happy kid.
One out, 2 balls and a strike on Jed Jerko. Even now, 2-2.
Cambio, change up. Does that sound familiar? Change up, Jed Jerko, home run. That was a good one there.
He's got 2 in a row. A home run yesterday, home run the day before that.
Well, that pitch didn't miss by much. Olivo just couldn't handle that. Kind of brought it out of the zone. He wanted it inside, but it leaked to the outer third of the plate.
And Jerko with a full count, a chance to make something happen here with Yonder Alonso at first. wraps this one foul. Talked about the home runs that Jerko's been able to put together. He's got 3 on the year.
The one on the left on Sunday, high changeup. The one on the right, Wade LeBlanc up and away.
Ball he hit on Monday was flat crushed to center field. And Jerko's aboard with a walk. Now, Will Venable is coming to the plate. Mark Sweeney, I wanted to get your thoughts on this. I don't know if you had a chance to see it.
Well, I don't think anyone saw it.
Were you watching this when it happened? Did you see?
Well, we were covered in the press box area, so you couldn't see the height of the ball. But actually, I have been there in that situation as an outfielder. Tough sky. It's very difficult. It blends in with the ball, but very tough. But I am so glad that Will Venable is continuing his hot streak of home runs.
How about that look on Ozuna's face? Hey, some kangaroo stole my ball. That was one of the most unbelievable things I've seen.
You know, he had such an innocence about him. Like, I'm doing all I can out here, guys. A little help. And he looks into the infield. He's getting no help from the umpire. Will Venable isn't able to help either with his expression.
Mike, whenever there's a ball hit to the outfield, and I think it's going to be over I always turn my attention to the umpire.
Right.
And I looked at Wally Bell, the first base umpire, and I don't even think he signaled. I don't even think he knew where the ball was.
Well, guys, what happens when you get into that area of the sky not being very good for the outfielders, you'll see the infielders turn around and point to the sky. Usually they have to follow it out there and try to track the ball as far as you can to help the outfielders.
Well, that's not exactly a game of hide and go seek. Venable sharply to left, and Diaz up with it. The bases are full now of Padres. Alonso pulls up at third. Jerko and Venable at first.
And this ball is smoked. Even though it's on the ground, this ball is smoked. He squares it up nicely. Hits that 5.5 hole. Oh, that good sound. You see that Echeverria was playing him a little bit to pull over towards second base. So that's good hitting by Will Venable.
And pitch coach Chuck Hernandez is going to talk things over with his young right-hander. Sanabia just 24 years old and not a world of experience for him. 7-7 in his young career. So see if he can coach him along in front of some family and friends. As we mentioned, Sanabia from Chula Vista, Castle Park High School. But 4-0 is where we stand in the bottom of the third inning. Mark Sweeney is facing a pretty experienced hitter right now in Nick Hundley. And Nick's got a chance to do what you like to call just some damage.
Yeah, and this is a perfect situation here. You're looking for a ball that's elevated, and Nick Hundley has to get out of that pull mode. Hopefully he used the big part of the field here because he has enough power to do that.
Yeah, and as you say that, Mark, you look at Ruggiano in center field. He's on the shortstop side of second base. So he could Nick Hundley could wear out right center field.
One out, sacks full, and Hundley goes first ball hunting but fouls it away.
Look at that, Mike. Look at that gap right there. As you look at Ruggiano, look where he's playing. And as Mark Sweeney said, if he concentrates on using the whole field and not being pull mode, that can clear the bases.
Well, chopped. Polanco is up with it. He'll go to second for one, over to first in time. And the Marlins escape further trouble by turning a nifty double play behind their young San Diegan right-hander.
and it's time for our AT&T Twitter poll question. Tonight, we want to know, who do you think is going to win the NL East? Cast your vote by using our hashtag Nationals, Braves, Mets, Phillies, or Marlins East. We'll reveal those results later in the show. Mike, Mark, who do you guys think is going to win the NL East this year?
Oh, you know what?
Tough one.
I like the Nationals.
Braves don't look bad.
Yeah, Braves are going to be tough.
19-12 going into action tonight.
It's a long season, Mike.
That's what I've been told.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Nice play. Giving it to Richard Nixon right there. How about that?
Yeah, let's check out the. Oh, nice two-handed grab.
Give him the peace sign. Loved it.
Yeah.
Nicely done, sir. Nicely done. The moment of the game. That Diaz lifts that one just foul there. Almost into the stands on the fly, but it'll bounce its way in there. Now everything that's lifted to right field, we're going to pay a little extra attention to after what had happened to Ozuna on Venable's home run.
Well, the sky is dark now. The light's taking full effect.
Diaz finds the fair side of things on this one. Goes down the right field line. Venable up with it. And Diaz is in with the double.
You really would like to see the Padres make some hay there in that third inning with the bases loaded and one out. Well, you talk about just using your upper body and throwing the hands. And Mark Sweeney said, look at that swing. There are swings and then there are emergency swings. He nearly picks that ball out of the glove.
I think
Hundley.
That's the perfect description of it. Emergency swing and just getting on top of the baseball and handling the barrel of the bat.
Placido Polanco singled in the first. 0 for 3 in last night's ball game. Together quite a resume in his career. St. Louis, Philadelphia, Detroit, Phillies again. Mark Sweeney taking a look at Eric Stultz and go over time and again what makes him effective. What are you seeing from him tonight?
Well, I think he's using it, incorporating his slow breaking ball as well as his fastball, but he has to locate and try to drive that ball down in the zone when he needs those tough outs.
Yeah, he needs the ball in front of the runner here. Maybe a curveball hit to Headley at third base. Frees that runner at second, preventing him to going to third base. Oh, going after a bad pitch there. That really wasn't in the sweet spot zone that Polanco likes to try to drive in that runner. It was up and away for a ball. Nick wants it down and in. That's up and away.
298 hitter over 16 seasons and parts thereof. 103 home runs. So many guys fighting for just one day in the big leagues, and Placido Polanco's had himself a nice career. But the Marlins have struggled mightily. 10-23 on the year. Runners in scoring position been a problem for them as they have a duck on the pond right now. Mike Redmond knows it's been trouble. They were 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position last night. Shut out for the 5th time this season. First shutout for the Padres.
Yeah, 15th in average in the league, 15th in runs, 15th in total bases. And I'd like your guys' opinion on this, but you know, we talked about Mike Redmond earlier. Rather than wins and losses, would it be fair to say that Mike just hopes that these players he has currently, the young ones in particular, they learn how to play big league baseball? And maybe a little bit of progression as the season goes on.
Polanco over to Jerko for the first out of the inning. Here's the Saquon Casino Daycation stat of the game. took a look at the strikeout leaders by the Padres pitchers this season, and Eric Stoltz in a spot you might not have expected.
No, what the Cy Young is going on out there? Eric Stoltz leading the crew, huh? 26 punchies.
You have the slow bender.
There it is.
Not quite the Ephus pitch, Sweens, but pretty darn slow.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to ask Mark, too. Just a field pitch, and that's very difficult. We always talk about slowing the arm down, but Eric Stoltz does a nice job down here with that. Wanted to ask your opinion on just that field pitch for the breaking ball.
Yeah, it's all in the wrist, and it's all in the snap, because you can use the same arm speed, but then when you get up on top, you just really pull it down quickly. You don't go through it. You pull it down, you snap it, you spin it.
Just kind of rolls off that index finger?
Exactly. Middle finger.
Oh, okay. Off the middle finger.
Yeah. A lot of guys will bring that index finger off the ball just a little bit when they throw that curve ball.
It works for Stoltz. He goes with the fastball there, Ruggiano.
See, that's what happened to you, Mike. You used that index finger and you hung it. That's what happened. And when you hang it, we bang it.
Yes, you do. You got me out of baseball in a hurry.
Did you throw a slider or a curveball?
I threw nothing that was effective, Mark Grant. Thanks for bringing that up. Now I only use my index finger to apply makeup liberally. Mark Sweeney, that was nothing but hurtful and unnecessary.
It's enjoying a ball game down here, guys.
But it was accurate. So here's to you, my friend. Ruggiano bounced out to shortstop in the first.
This is where you need the punch out, right?
Nicely called, Mr. Grant.
He went with that changeup. Hey, remember, it was yesterday from the right side, Andrew Kastner, right? He was in a little bit of a bind. Andrew Kastner throws the changeup to Ruggiano, strikes him out. Hey, look at the circle change inside the glove of Eric Stoltz. Down and away. Bad hack. Strikeout.
Second strikeout of the game for Eric Stoltz. As we just showed you there. Staycation stat of the game. Team leader in strikeouts. Marcell Ozuna flares one in the right field, and that will score Matt Diaz, and the Marlins get on the board. Didn't hit it well, but hit it hard enough. And the Marlins pick up their first run of the night off Eric Stoltz.
Was not a pretty hack, and Marcell Ozuna swinging early in the count. First pitch, and looked like a changeup. Well out of the strike zone. Nice little tennis lob over the head, right, by the baseline.
He's working a 6-game hitting streak until the Padres shut him down last night. Another one of those you were talking about, the youth of this team, 22 years old, pulled up from Double-A when Giancarlo Stanton went on the disabled list with a bad hamstring.
Yeah, he and Logan Morrison nursing their way back to health.
Well, Redmond saying today he's not sure how long Stanton's going to be gone. Love that throwback lid. Got a little baby crying out in front of us.
Sure that's not Sweeney?
Might be. Oh, lifted a mile high. Yonder Alonso calls for it. And Dobbs is the third out of the inning. But the Marlins get on the board. The Padres still lead by 3. Ball pulls a Houdini, drives one to right. The right fielder, Marcelo Zuna, no idea where it is. Will Venable, for that matter, no idea where it is. It was gone, though. 2-run home run, and Everett Cabrera would drive in the Padres' 4th run of the game. Eric Stoltz, really the story, though. We talked about the need for quality starts. 2 consecutive for the Padres. Stoltz throwing up a gem right now. 4 innings. Just the 1 run that the Marlins picked up in their half of the 4th, and that's where we stand. Is he has been doing all that the team could ask of him. The game summary, as you see there. Marlins picking up just their run there, top of the 4th. We're now in the bottom of that inning. And here's Alexi Amarista.
Yeah, there's a jersey that Mark Sweeney wore back in the late 90s.
A lot of good things happened in that jersey, Mud.
Yes, they did. A lot of good things happened. That was a lot of fun that year.
Loved hearing Mark Sweeney's stories of 1998. And you think about, for most of us as fans, getting a chance to attend a World Series game as a fan, once in a lifetime experience. I can't imagine what it's like for you guys, especially you, Mark Sweeney, getting a chance to play.
Well, just a magic ride the whole year. And, you know, we always talk about the Padres now and coming into this series, the expectations of winning and expecting themselves to win this series. And that's how we felt in 1998. We built that mode, and we felt like we were going to win every series.
That picture right there is at the Hall of Champions in Balboa Park. Tony Gwynn going off the facade at Yankee Stadium off David Wells. And that team picture on the mound in Atlanta after they clinched the National League pennant. That's one that's always etched in my mind.
Amarista flips this one out to left, and Matt Diaz will pull up short, takes one hop and kicks into the stands, and Amarista is in with an easy double. I don't know if that was a sky issue or just a poor decision on the part of Diaz, but positive result for San Diego.
And not really sure where Diaz was playing him as well, so off the bat, he may have gotten a bad jump. He may have been playing him over towards the right center field gap. But a break for San Diego, bouncing into the stands. A ground rule double. Get him over now, Eric Stoltz.
Home plate umpire Jordan Baker. Quick call on that foul. So for Amarista now, his 2nd double this evening. Scored once. Don't take Eric Stoltz lightly. Comes into this game, hit 300 in the year. Stoltz gets a pitch. It looked like he thought he could handle.
Hey, Eric Stoltz has got some pop. I was talking to Darren Balsley during batting practice when Eric Stoltz was hitting. Yesterday, during batting practice, Eric Stoltz put one right into the shrubbery. That is a bolt, my friend. I know it's batting practice, but that is some kind of strong.
Me, Eric. Me strong.
Swings, you seen him play in Los Angeles. You know he can rake.
Yeah, I actually threw batting practice to him, but he didn't like my cutter away. But he does. He possesses some serious pop in his bat. And it doesn't look like he's swinging too hard, but he definitely puts the barrel of the bat on the ball.
You got that natural cutter, huh, Mark Sweeney?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I don't like BP.
Sanavia will take care of Stoltz in this at bat. The first out of the Padres inning, Amarista would be sitting at 2nd for at least one more hitter as Everett Cabrera will come up to the plate.
You know, and Eric Stoltz, he's upset with himself. And I'll bet you any money if he went down there and asked him, he'd say, I've got to get that runner over. I did not do my job right there. I mean, that's a huge run. Miami scored one in the top of the 4th. They need to get that run back somehow.
Well, like you said, Stoltz, he'll leave the yard.
Yeah.
He's done it once already this season. Here's Everett Cabrera walking a single in the second. He lines this one to center field, but Ruggiano is under it for the second out of the inning, and Amarista cannot advance. So Sanabia, a little talking to from the pitching coach in the last inning, got himself a double play ball to get out of it. His team picked up a run for him. He's down 4-1. And the Padres have shown no team any mercy over the last 12, 9-3. Best record in the National League over that span. Second best record in baseball over that same period. Only the Detroit Tigers have a better record at 10-2.
Well, after that last out, Alex Sanabia, he's heading back to the dugout. Hey, wait a second. 3 outs in this league, right?
Same. They don't change the rules.
Hey, we've all done it before.
It's a quirky night. Par for the course that Sanabia would think there were 3 outs. After what we've seen already, Diaz just there on the Amarista fly ball.
The home run from Venable.
What's next? I mean, really a quirky play when the Padres scored their first run in the inning in the bottom of the first. One of those timing plays where the run scores just before the third out of the inning. Seen a little bit of everything tonight. Two balls and a strike as Will Venable looks on. Chris Denorfia playing left field tonight. Struck out and lined out.
Hey, Sanabia's done that a couple times to Chris Denorfia tonight.
Backing him off the plate, but Denorfia, he's a lunch pail guy, isn't he, Sweens?
Yeah, and you know what? They've been working that ball inside on him because he's done such a good job going right center.
Well, Denorfia lays into this one, and it'll drive Ruggiano back to the track. Doesn't have all the distance it needs, but the ball hit pretty darn well. 4-1 is where we stand. The Marlins coming up in the 5th.
Start, something Bud Black has been preaching since day one. We saw Andrew Kashner last night. We've seen Edinson Volquez tonight. Eric Stoltz off to a good start, and Buddy says it is so important to have those from his starting pitchers.
Any team that sustains it over a period of time, it's got to come from the starting pitching. You can't rely on offense, 3-4 nights out of the week. It's got to come from the starters. Those guys are doing better. So they know the challenge. Those guys have, a lot of these guys have been around enough to know the importance of consistent starting pitching, and it's been good. And it obviously has an effect on the bullpen in the short term and long term. So those guys get it. They got pitch good.
Mark Grant, I'm sure you can appreciate those quality starts. You know something about that, don't you?
Well, you know what, Kelly, that kind of hurts. Because usually
it wasn't supposed to.
Because usually by the fourth inning, I was in the shower. Thanks for bringing that up, though.
Hey, I was just trying to get
No.
back from earlier. Mike's back from earlier. How
Thank
about
you.
that?
Thanks, Kelly. Appreciate that. Somebody's fighting for the left-hander.
It just shortens the game, and it makes everything so much more easier to manage as well when you have your 7th, 8th, 9th inning guy. And it's not going to happen each and every night, so you have your long men to get some work in. But, hey, it just makes everybody in their role realize what their role is and more comfortable. And when it goes by that pattern, that blueprint, hey, everybody's happy.
Were you one of those guys who kept an eye on your stats? Knew them all the time?
Yes. I'll be quite honest with you, yeah. I'm not going to lie to you.
How many quality starts that you can remember? Too many to count. I'm sure of it. Your humility. You
No,
I
don't. I didn't have a lot of quality starts because I was a line drive pitcher.
A line drive pitcher.
Yeah, there's fly ball pitchers and ground ball pitchers. I was a line drive pitcher.
Alex Sanavia trying to lay one down, help his own cause. As Chris Valenka singled his way on, but Miguel Olivo hit a bouncer to start this inning. And Chase Headley, Mark, made a heck of a play.
Flashing some gold over there, diving and stabbing it. Ball's hit so hard that he can square up that front shoulder and fire a strike across the diamond to Yonder Alonso. Nicely done.
Interesting, too, because the last inning, Sanabia was facing Stoltz. Stoltz was in a position to bunt, couldn't get it down, struck out. Now Eric Stoltz in a position to return the favor. Foul ball there. We're talking about quality starts at the Open because the statistics seem to indicate the value of these. And while there are a lot of fans who think, 3 runs in 6 innings isn't so great, it's an important number for a reason. It's because about 68% of the time that a pitcher can perform that well, his team will win.
Yeah, and it's a stat where they don't lie. To me, a quality start is if you crack open the paper the next day and there's a W next to your name. But when you get down to statistics, the last 5 seasons, this is one you're talking about, Mike, 69% of the time, 68.5 to be exact, all Major League Baseball wins had a quality start. And like Bud Black said in that clip, the starting pitcher dictates on how your team is going to do that night. The chances are, you know what? Almost 70% of the time, if your pitcher does a great job, you guys are going to win. You play to win the game. Was that Herm Edwards?
You're getting worked up. Yeah, that's right. You come out here to be competitive. Come out here to win. Adeiny Echeverria, 23-year-old Cuban-born shortstop, came over from Toronto. Marlins were unloading players and payroll. Saw him make a nice play last night. Relatively light hitting, though, to this point. 197. Got himself a double in last night's ball game. Tonight he's popped up to left, bounced out to short. Back to your point on the quality start, Eric Stoltz has 2 of them so far this season, but in 21 starts with the Padres are 14-7 in those games and throw up 11 quality starts last season. Can't overstate its value.
And I'm sure Mark Sweeney would be the first one to talk about the importance of a quality start in 1998 when you looked at that rotation.
Well, you saw Kevin Brown, Andy Ashby, they led the charge with all the pitching staff, and you threw in Sterling Hitchcock and all kinds of guys that just fed off each other.
Joey Hamilton was on that staff as well, right, Mark?
Joey Hamilton was.
But just looking at those old pictures, Swains, Does it seem to you that it was that long ago, or does it feel like just yesterday?
I think it's both, Mikey. When you talk about, you always think about the 1998 team and what it meant to you individually in your lifetime, but it does. It seems so far away, but there's so many moments that you just remember like they were yesterday.
Two outs right now. Here's Matt Diaz. A big slow bender.
You know, I remember back in '98, like it was like in May, June, there were actually people talking because of the confidence of the team, the way they were playing. They were looking at the schedule and saying, you know what, these guys, they'll probably clinch around the maybe 17th or 18th of September. I mean, that's the way everybody felt about this team,
sure.
the way they were playing.
You know, Mark, this whole game, we always talk about the mindset of people and also teams and how they develop that. In spring training, we loved playing around and joking around with each other, but we also had fun competing on the field. And I think it just snowballed, and we did. We had that expectation we were going to win every single night.
So we did some digging, Mr. Grant. And we've got some really good statisticians.
Really?
How about that?
Yeah, but that's in like 380 starts.
You know what? You can find the glass to be half empty if you want. We were doing everything we could right there, weren't we, Mike Tressel? Make you feel a little better about yourself tonight. How about feeling good about that, Eric Stoltz? Slamming the door on an irate Matt Diaz, who had himself a tough night. He played a ball from Amarista into a double and takes a heater down the chute. 4-1 Padres.
Who would be your pick to win the NL East? And the Marlins fans, yeah, representing. Hashtag Marlins East, 39%. Looks like Braves in second at 29. Nationals at 19. Are you surprised at that, Mike?
I'm still not quite sure there's not an error there in the Marlins. But I mean, always appreciate everybody's input on it for sure. But I feel like the Marlins are 20% more likely than the Nationals to win the East. Chase Headley continues his hot hitting.
Mark Sweeney, we had this discussion in spring training. I remember we were going over who's going to be your World Series pick. Who do you like to win the East?
I actually like the Philadelphia Phillies.
Really?
They've gone through some problems pitching-wise, but I still think they have a hot streak in them, but they are struggling, especially April and May.
Roy Halladay now going down.
Yeah.
Will not help. Here's Yonder Alonso. Himself an RBI. He's also got a single in the third. All right, Mark Grant, you had 20 quality starts. How many total starts you would ask?
You know what? And that's one stat I couldn't tell you. I would guess between 50 and 55 starts.
It's a pretty darn good guess. 58.
Really?
58 starts.
20, 40, 60, so that's 20. That's a third.
About a third of your starts.
Which is horrible.
You think so?
I don't know. What's good?
I don't know. Take it easy, Cy Young. I think 30 of your starts in the big leagues, quality starts. What do you think, Swains? Third of his starts, quality starts. Pretty good?
I'm a big Mark Grant fan, so whatever he did, I thought it was great.
Oh, you're much too kind, Mark Sweeney. And that's a good-looking lid right there.
The Mark Grant collection right there.
You got to wear a hat next road trip going to Florida.
That's right. Going out to Tampa. Big swing. And a miss. It's the third strikeout for Alex Sanabia.
Mark, that high fastball, Mark Sweeney, that high fastball is hard to lay off, especially with two strikes.
Yeah, coming out of his hands, that looks so good, and it's very difficult, like you said, Mark. And it's that rotation, getting out of that release point that you see, and you just commit. Very frustrating when you know it's out of the strike zone.
And you can see the frustration on Yonder's face there in the dugout.
Talk things over a little bit.
Oh, it looks like Miguel Olivo is motioning to the bench. He's waving somebody out of the Marlins dugout.
Talk it over with him. Maybe we'll get a chance to take a look at maybe the last pitch to Alonso. See if you notice anything there.
Ryan Webb heating up, former Padre.
Looked like Olivo was just going to go out and talk things over with Chase Headley at first. Following up the strikeout to Alonso, and take another look at it. See what you think here, Mark.
Well, they have motion to the bullpen. Sanabia will exit. Let's just take a look at the last pitch. Tough to tell.
Hard to see anything there. So, as you mentioned there, Sanabia will exit the game, and Ryan Webb will come on to pick up the inning for the Marlins.
We're taking the pressure off our bullpen by getting our starters into the sixth inning and more. And we got Chase back and Carlos, and that's always a key to have the middle of the order set. It just creates opportunities for us at the top of the order. They pitch everybody a little bit differently, so it's working for us.
And that it is. Buddy Black's team on quite a tear. If you're just joining us right now, Pods are up 4-1, but they're riding a nice streak, winning 9 of the last 12 games. That is the best in the National League and second best in baseball over that span. As you take a look at Alex Sanabia, young right-hander from Chula Vista, leaving the game after 4 1/3. Miguel Olivo went out to speak to him after he struck out Yonder Alonso and had given up a hit to Chase Headley. Looked like he was just going out to talk with him. Next thing you know, he called out some of the staff, and Sanabia was gone.
Yeah, kind of tough to tell also with the replay on his last pitch. So enter Ryan Webb. Ryan Webb, former Padre, back in 2009 and 2010. And Ryan will be allotted as much time as needed to get warm. And as a reminder, this season the Padres are proud to offer first responders recognition pricing. Members of the first responders community can receive $6 off available tickets priced $14 or higher. Some restrictions may apply, so visit the Petco Park box office for all the details. And we thank everybody who serves out there in our community. Do a great job. We appreciate it.
Well, the Marlins had that kind of season that most of the fans certainly been frustrated with, but if you're new to what they've been doing, you're certainly, I'm sure, aware of the purge of talent, the big names that were with the club last year. They didn't get the results they wanted, shipped most of them off to Toronto. Mike Redmond taking over the managerial position at 42 years old just now, and his first year as a big league manager. He ends up dealing with a team right now, Mark, as you mentioned, that is having a ton of trouble scoring, has yet to score 100 runs this season, worst in the league in that department. But their pitching's been right there, middle of the pack. Middle of the National League. It's starter earned run average, bullpen earned run average at a 4.17. Said they're playing close ball games. Just can't turn the corner.
Yep. Can't come up with a big hit. It's kind of weird. Sanabia is still out on the bench there.
Chase Headley takes off first pitch running, and he gets gunned down by Olivo. Maybe try to take everybody by surprise and see if he can lull Ryan Webb to sleep. It did not happen. Webb and Olivo on the same page here.
Well, Olivo has thrown out a third of the runners, 33%. That's about the big league average. Oh, Chase Headley didn't like the call. Looks like he got tagged on the calf. Kind of tough to tell. Oh, yeah, looks like he got him, huh?
Very close. Chase will make things happen. Steal you 15, 20 bags a year. I think last year. And that ends a streak of 19 straight swipes by the Padres. Pretty good run.
Did you notice also how Chase slid in the pop-up slide? Not hands first, head first.
And Jet Jerko strikeout Fanny at the Webb breaking ball. And that'll do it for the Padres in the 5th.
in the Jack Deck. Everyone's excited out here. It's Social Media Tuesday. Let's take a look at another one of those tweets you guys sent in. It's from SD Fan 2378, and he said he became a Padres fan for life in 1984 when Steve Garvey single-handedly beat the Cubs in Game 4 of the NLCS, where he had 5 RBIs and the walk-off home run. He's right, a pitcher doing some work for himself. All right, now we want to continue to hear all your favorite memories of when you became a Padres fan for life. Tweet us using the hashtag PadresPride. We'll be highlighting some more of your tweets throughout the broadcast and in Padres Live, our post-game show. Guys?
Love Social Media Tuesday.
Love it.
Thank you, Megan.
Everybody getting involved.
Those tweets coming. We'll get as many on the air as we can.
In fact, I was going to give a shout-out to my good buddy, Mickey Koch. He was our first tweet that we talked about earlier in the game.
Didn't know you knew Mickey.
Oh yeah, big fan, big Padre fan. I mean, knows the the ins and outs and the minor leagues, and he's just a big fan.
Love that.
I love his passion.
Love to meet the fans here at Petco.
Yeah.
Love it when we're in Peoria for spring training.
Isn't that great?
Placido Polanco lines this one, and it'll fall in front of Alexi Amarista in center field. For Polanco, that is his second hit now of the night.
I don't know what kind of communication there was there. You got jammed in the fastball. This ball looks like it hangs up there for a while. You see that Amarista come in, Denorfia. It just wasn't hit hard enough. He did get jammed on that ball.
That'll bring up Justin Ruggiano.
Not hit hard enough, maybe.
Not too much real estate. Mark Sweeney talks about it all the time. There are a lot of hits out there. Ruggiano bounces one to Cabrera. He'll go to short way to Jerko for one. Over to Alonso for an easy double play. Well done, Padres.
Hey, the mentality of a pitcher. Okay, I just gave up a knock. How about one quality pitch? Keep it on the ground and let my infielders do the work. Two hopper, ham, and eggs. Thank you very much. 6-4-3. Now that's some kind of nice. It's so awesome. I mean, you give up a knock and you're like, okay, I'm in the stretch, and then one pitch, bang, 2 outs. Really?
Great to have two sure-handed guys like that behind you, too. Everest Cabrera, very athletic. Jed Jerko, new on the scene, but doing everything they've asked with the glove. And like you said, just like that, head off's trouble. Nicely done, Jed Jerko on the turn. Marcelo Ozuna, signed as a non-drafted free agent out of the Dominican, 2008. Called up from Double-A when Giancarlo Stanton, star young right fielder for the Marlins, went on the disabled list with a hamstring injury. Andrew Cashner and Dale Thayer stopped his 6-game hitting streak last night, and he's got a double tonight. Bounces this one, it gets by Headley. Great play just to flag it by Cabrera, but can't do anything with it.
You're hoping he's going to throw him out, don't you?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, because the thing about Everett, now you got to remember, of course Ozuna can run. There's no way he's making that play.
Chance.
I know that. But the mere fact that he can glove it, I never discount Everett Cabrera. That's probably not going to be a play to be made this year.
No.
It's fun to watch him try. Fun to watch him try. Guy can root for the home team, can't he, Granty?
Absolutely. You don't think I don't do that?
Of course. Guys are playing well.
Love the 64-mile-an-hour yacker.
You ever have the courage to throw something like that when you're in the big leagues?
Later on. Didn't early on. Didn't have the confidence.
Sure.
If I didn't give it my best effort every pitch, I thought I was shortchanging myself, right?
Right.
But then as I got older, minor leagues, hurt, back, didn't throw as hard. Yeah, that's when you start to change pace of not only the changeup, but all of your pitches. I remember there was nothing more fun, as we take a look at Eric Stoltz' Ephus yacker for strike one, to even change speeds on your fastball. First pitch BP fastball late in there. You might get burned once in a while, the little hit me slider first pitch.
Got to be hard to let it go like that, though.
But
like
see, when you're at the end of your career, you get to the point where you're like, what do I got to lose? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. But it's striking to me that there are guys who can figure that out
early on.
Yeah. I mean, Greg Maddux, for example, Tom Glavine.
Well, he threw harder now when he was younger.
Yes, that's true. But Greg would say all the time, when the situation gets tight, nice play, by the way. Dana, I see, look at him. He's getting the love and soaking it in. He wants more. Look, Mondo glove. Don't need one. Greg Dobbs, the 0-2 with 2 outs. Sharply to left field into Norfield will put it away, and that'll do it for the Marlins. And they're half of the 6th. Will Venable will lead things off.
Get ready for Padres 80s night. It's Friday, May 17th. Your Padres will wear their brown and orange uniforms when they take on the Washington Nationals at 7:10. Enjoy a great 80s concert before the game at the Park in the Park. Get your tickets tonight at Padres.com or get on the horn 619-795-5555. What the Madonna is going on out there?
Thought you were going to go Belinda Carlisle.
Or Pink.
Pink would have been a nice choice.
That's not 80s though.
What's that?
Go-Go's big fan, by the way.
Hate to think you wouldn't have been. Here's Ryan Webb on the mound for the Marlins, picking up for Alex Sanabia, facing Will Venable. He's got a homer and a single. His home run in the second mystified the entire stadium, including Marlins right fielder Marcell Ozuna.
Everybody in baseball is going to be talking about that one. Showing that one, right?
Looking for it. Venable hits this one pretty nicely down the left field corner, but hooking foul, and it's a long strike. Take another look at that home run, Mark.
Well, off the bat, Will Venable, he eyes it, then he puts his head down. Now Ozuna's like, hey, little help here, please. He has no idea. And then you can see up around that right-hand corner that the fans are going for the baseball. Will finally realizes it. Hey, he's still wondering.
Greg Dobbs, the first baseman, reacting, just kind of throwing his hands up. I don't see it. So 4-1 is where we stand here.
A good slider from Ryan Webb. Heavy sinker, power sinker, and that slider down into the lefties. The Padres need to add on here.
Webb, 27 years old, as Mark mentioned, a couple of seasons with San Diego. It's a 1-2 to Venable. Just above the shoe tops. So Will comes into the game hitting .216, Mark. 3 homers. He's making a few adjustments, as all the good ones will.
Well, we just saw an adjustment. He swung over that one slider down and in, then he laid off the next one. Remember earlier in Will's career, he was very susceptible to swinging over that slider down and in.
He can do so many things well when he hits his streak. Runs so well, throws. Hit for power, as you see. It's a matter of consistency, says Bud Black. Play all across the outfield for you. Give you a bat from the left side. Tied up with this one. The off-speed pitch gets Will. Maybe the first out of the inning, and Webb has faced 2. Struck them both out.
Hey, when you're carving both sides of the plate like Ryan Webb, you've got that power sinker down and away, and then that slider down and in. It's tough to recognize, if you can't pick up that rotation, which pitch you are going to get. That was a nice pitch by Webb.
Here's Nick Hundley. And if you are just joining us, expecting to see Chula Vista native Alex Sanabia throwing for the Marlins, he left the game last inning. Still waiting for word as to why, and Ryan Webb in the ball game now for the Marlins. Padres up 4-1. We keep an ear to the ground for you in the Marlins clubhouse, and again, no word yet on what seemed to be the trouble with Sanabia.
Oh, he had a hanger there.
Big win by the Padres yesterday and a loss by the Dodgers. And fans, this has got to bring a smile to your face when you see the Padres now leapfrogging the Dodgers. 4th place in the National League West. Colorado still surprising some people, perhaps. San Francisco right where many thought they might be. 19-13 atop the NL West. And another strikeout for Webb. That one not making Nick Hundley a believer. Take another look at it.
Well, that's a slider. He wanted it down and away, but Miguel Olivo does a nice job of framing that. That looked on that second look, looked like a strike.
So Webb's faced 3 Padres and has recorded 3 strikeouts.
Well, Ryan Webb likes pitching on the road. He proved that last season. In 29 innings, he had a 2.1 ERA. That was ranked 16th among National League relievers.
You don't say.
25 innings or more.
Lexi Amarista doubled and scored in the second, and doubled on an odd attempted play by Matt Diaz in left in the 4th. Padres, though, unable to score him there in the 4th. Been a strange one. Padres scored a run early on what's called a time play, where the run scores before the final out of the inning. Pick up 3 in the second on a 2-run homer by Venable and an RBI single by Cabrera. 4-1, that's where we stand. Lambarista hitting .220 coming into this game with a home run and 8 RBIs. And love when he gets hot. Remember the spark he brought to this club in the back half of last season?
No question.
Maybe this is the start of that hot streak.
Broken shillelagh there.
Padres last year after the All-Star break, 42-33, one of the best records in baseball.
Well, you know, we all know that opening day is April 1st, right? It was a tough get-go out of the gate, and they're on a nice streak right now. And they need to keep it going. They can't wait till after the All-Star break. And they're proving right now that they can hang.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Alexi Amarista. Hits this one on the screws to center field. Ruggiano will go back, and a nice over-the-shoulder catch as he hits to the track. That will do it for the Padres in the 6th. Miguel Olivo will lead things off.
Coming at you from our Padres live set. That's Mark Sweeney. I'm Laura McKeeman, getting you ready for the postgame show. And we've seen a stretch of very strong pitching outings from these Padres starters. How about Eric Stoltz tonight?
Oh, he's been outstanding tonight, pitching into the 7th inning with that slow breaking ball, but also mixing his pitches with that fastball as well. He is getting productive outs and also pitching to a weaker Marlins lineup tonight.
Yeah, looking good out there. We've got it all coming your way on Padres Live, the postgame show. Chase Headley continues his streak. That's 12 games for him. And then we've also got Bud Black's press conference and the bottom of the lineup productive for the Padres. The 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Mark and Mike, doing big things.
Very productive. Yeah, we're going to look forward to it. Laura, Mark, be a good show out there. Our producer, Max Michalak, always doing a nice job putting together that pre- and post-game show that I've been so lucky to be part of. Miguel Olivo will get things started against Eric Stoltz. A sharp single into left field. And if you're just joining us, Mark Grant, Kelly Kroll, Mike Pomerantz with you. Nick Enberg enjoying the night off, celebrating his 30th wedding anniversary. And Mark, it's like you say to me all the time, if he can just use his specialists where they're designed to pitch.
Everybody knows their role, and they, you know, if they have, you know, you think of the greats, Mickey Mantle, Chipper Jones, Eddie Murray, just a few that come to mind.
Then to do it with power,
yeah,
like that too. Everett Cabrera seemingly putting it all together for the 2013 Padres. You see a shortstop at such a premium position, obviously, with this type of athleticism, and it becomes a matter of consistency. Sure, as he's mentioned, he takes a lot of pride in being able to put it together.
Well, experience is the best teacher, is it not? Right? And with each year that he puts in the big leagues, he's just getting a little better. With each year, different situations. So the next time it comes around, hey, I'm familiar with this.
Laces this ball to right, and a diving play by Marcell Ozuna looked very comfortable there. He definitely saw that one, unlike that disappearing home run by Will Venable. Watch him leave his feet here.
That is a great play, and that could have been dangerous. You're talking about inside the park home run if that one gets by him. He's coming in, he's diving. Cabrera running hard out of the box towards first base. Spectacular play by Ozuna.
Here's Kristen Orfia. He's looking for his first hit this evening. Strikeout on the evening, and bounces this one foul at first. Boy, Ozuna really didn't have a lot of options there, didn't look like, Mark, because the angle was really tough.
Yeah, if he kind of pulls up on that, he would have had, in some way, shape, or form, tried to throw his whole body in front of that ball to prevent it from getting by him. You're right.
And at that point, I think you just throw up the white flag, take a shot at it, and hope you get lucky, and he did. Ramos leaning on the off-speed pitch there. Alex Sanabia, Chula Vista, started this game for the Marlins. He left with what we're told is a tight right groin injury. Don't know the severity. Kristen Orfia strikes out to end the Padre half of the seventh. When we come back, it'll be Matt Diaz to lead things off for Miami. Been another gorgeous night here in San Diego at Petco Park, so thank all of you for spending a little bit of time with us on this Social Media Tuesday. Megan Levy, Kelly Kroll, Laura McKeeman, Mark Sweeney, Mark Grant, Mike Pomeranz with you, Dick Enberg enjoying his 30th wedding anniversary with his lovely wife Barbara this evening. He'll be back with you for tomorrow's game. Luke Gregerson taking over for Dale Thayer, 4-1 Padre lead. Luke hadn't thrown in a couple of days, but what a marvelous season he has had, Mark. 15 games, ERA that's microscopic.
That's why he's cool hand, right?
Doesn't matter.
I think he's made
what's going on. He's just so even.
In one pitch, that's a shocker. Slider for a strike. There's one pitch that sticks out to me this year, to this point in the season. One bad pitch out of the hand of Luke Gregerson. Remember the hanging slider in San Francisco, the walk-off?
Yep. One pitch.
It was a situation where, you know, a single was going to win it. And, hey, every pitcher is going to hang a pitch. Sometimes you're going to get away with it. Sometimes you're going to get burnt. But you talk about consistency.
Unbelievable.
Luke Gregerson is the epitome of consistency.
Diaz to Cabrera. One down. You know, he set the National League record for holds a couple of years back. And it's one of those stats that is really, I think, hard to appreciate unless you're there in the clubhouse in the dugout. It's unheralded.
Sure.
It's not glamorous. It's not the save. It's not the strikeout, the win, the usual.
Nobody thinks about it until you blow one, right?
Exactly.
They think, okay, he threw another scoreless inning, so what? Well, no, not the case.
How many teams in this league would love to have a Luke Gregerson? Spending all winter trying to find a guy this good. You couple that with the year that we've mentioned that Dale Thayer's having in the bullpen. You get that nasty lefty Thatcher going.
Love the middle relievers. You don't have to tell me that. Love me, my middle relievers.
Of course you do. And you order up Buddy Black special, you get a quality start from your starter. That is some
Is that on the
nice.
menu? Is that on the menu tonight?
It's always
Buddy Black
on the menu.
special.
The blue plater. Placido Polanco. 2 hits on the night. Parts of 16 big league seasons. And he wraps this one sharply. Venable and right.
Hey, baseball fans, MLB.com at bat is awesome. It's the #1 source for live baseball everywhere you go, Mike. You got it on your phone?
I do.
Available for iPhone, iPad, Android, and BlackBerry 10. At Bat delivers baseball, Padres baseball with live audio, pitch tracking, stats, news, highlights, and much, much more. Text At Bat to 31826 or visit Padres.com for details.
Here's Justin Ruggiano. Center fielder is hitless this evening. Strikeout in the 4th. Comes in hitting .239. I know a lot of this because I'm looking at my at-bat app.
What are you doing that for?
You just told me to.
Hey, how about Phillies Giants? Hey, bottom of the 8th, Phillies are beating the Giants 5-2, yo.
Did you say yo?
Word.
By law. Luke Gregerson, 2 outs, 2 balls and a strike.
That's the app we were just talking about.
Think we're not street?
Sweet app.
Nice play. Cabrera ranging to his left, spins and fires a dandy to cut down Ruggiano and end the Marlins bid in the A. Take another
You're hitting
look.
it to the wrong guy.
The vacuum and the bullet. You're done. Chase Headley continuing his hot hitting, now a 12-game hitting streak with a couple of singles tonight. Facing A.J. Ramos. Padres getting a little bit of everything in this one to pick up their 4 runs. Some quirky plays, some misplays by the Marlins, a disappearing home run ball that you're going to see for sure when Orrin McKeeman and Mark Sweeney join you on Padres Live, the postgame show. I say you're going to see it because Marcelo Ozuna, Marlins right fielder, didn't see it. Will Venable, who hit it, didn't see it. That's where we sit, 4-1 now.
You know, I know we say it quite a bit, but you got to get out of slam range, right? You got to add on. Lead by 3. Be nice to get a couple late. Street heating up, getting ready for that 9th. Change up.
And he gets Headley. Let's take another look. Mark at the play that ended the last half of the inning. Everett Cabrera.
Well, good jump of the ball off the bat to his left. Now here's the thing that amazes me. Okay, you got to glove it, and then he spins. Glove hand side. Makes it look so easy. That's become a regular play. That's become a routine play somewhat for Everett Cabrera.
Yonder Alonso.
Oh, Ramos has got a nice changeup, huh?
Got a good feel for it, doesn't he? 1 for 2, the single. Sac fly. Leads the team in home runs and RBIs. 4 and 21 now. I think Mark Sweeney really hit on it a couple of games ago when Yonder Alonso uses left field to his advantage and lets the ball travel. Boy, it just opens up his power game tremendously.
Yep. And look where Ramos is trying to go. Down and away. Fox Tracks brought to you by Southland Technology. All 3 pitches. And with that said, the outfield is played that way.
Padres have struck out 9 times this evening, albeit very quietly. And it points along the way that haven't cost them. 9 hits, 4 runs. Nobody's been concerned about that number. And Mark Sweeney will say, too, that there are occasions where an out's an out and a strikeout's not so bad if you're getting the power to offset it.
See that sequence of pitches? Away, away, away for 4 pitches, and the breaking ball down and in. Topped and off the shoe top, looks like, Yonder Alonso. Well, we've got a minute. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
It's impressive to me the way you're able to remember that. Just go off memory, that disclaimer.
Thanks.
Can't be easy.
Thank you.
Cannot be easy. Yonder Alonso lifts this one to the left. Diaz will give it a look, as will Polanco, but it'll fall. Well, the last time there was a twisting fly ball down that line off the bat of Alexi Amarista, Diaz let it fall, and it was fair, and it kicked into the stands. This one foul, and no harm, no foul for the Marlins.
Last-ditch effort right there by the backhand of Polanco. You think a changeup here? You got Chase Headley on a changeup.
As comfortable as Ramos has been with it, I could see that. 2-2. 1 out.
fastball just missing. You see if the 7 pitches, only 1 on the inside part of the plate. That was a breaking ball. That was that slider that he fouled off his foot.
Another late round draft pick going to the big leagues, though. Ramos, 21st rounder. Sanabia, tonight's starter. What did you say, 32nd rounder. Can be done. There you go. Saw a couple of nice fan plays today.
Yeah.
Always impressive, too, when they make the play without the glove.
Well, if you do that, you got to use both hands. But we encourage you to bring your glove to the ball yard.
Watch your digits. Mark Sweeney will tell you.
See if we can peek in here. Fastball in. Olivo giving the sign. Fastball in here.
Some broken wood, but that bat will go to the wood pile happy. Flair single there for Alonso, his 2nd hit of the ball game.
Why? Because it's elevated. It's up. It's up above the belt. He tried to bury it inside. If that ball is down, it's a grounder to the right side. And as you mentioned, Mike, that bat will die happy.
I don't know if that stings, but it's a good sting when it falls for a hit, right? Here's Jed Jerko. He singled in the 2nd, walked in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th.
Now let's see how Ramos counters against the right-handed hitting Jerko. Does he go hard stuff away in sliders? Will he throw that changeup to right-handed hitters? Remember, Jerko has burned opposing pitchers on that changeup.
Mark, he just seems to be getting more comfortable all the time.
I think when we see Jed Jerko start laying off that slider down and away, I think that's when he'll be really locked in. I mean, hitters are always going to swing. Not always, but they'll swing at that slider down and away. But the more he recognizes it and lays off it for a ball, that's when he's really going to turn the corner, I think. Like that there.
I think Alonso surprises everybody. Olivo will fire it into the outfield. And it's belly flop after belly flop. And Chris Valleca, the 2nd baseman, is hurt. Out will come the Marlin training staff.
Well, Olivo has a great arm. Valleca immediately grabs his left wrist, forearm.
It looked maybe he rolled his wrist up under the helmet into the side of the head or shoulder. Back there maybe of Alonso.
I always hate to see that. That's like the first baseman having to reach down towards home plate, down the line when the runner's coming down. You get the wrist or the elbow caught up.
It's a dangerous play for sure. The infielder trying to grab the ball, make a quick tag, feeling the heat of the runner barreling down on him, and Valleca being helped to his feet. And he's going to come off the field. Let's get another look at it.
I'm going to focus on the slide of Alonso. You know, that's a good clean slide. Not exactly a textbook pop-up slide.
To get his knee caught in there.
Right.
Shoe.
But he had his hands up. And he did pop up after hitting the bag, allowing him to take an extra 90 feet when that ball went into center field.
So Chris Valleca will leave the game, and Chris Coughlin will enter the game at 2nd base. Coughlin, the 2009 Rookie of the Year, and has really been unable to regain that form that won him that award. It's talking to Mike Redmond, the manager of the Marlins today, so just cannot get him to start hitting again. And can't find a position for him. So the Marlin infield will come in, try to prevent the run. 4-1 ball game. 2 balls and a strike, 1 out. And Ramos working to Jerko.
Look for something elevated up. Boy, Ramos is doing a fine job of trying to pepper that strike zone down. It's a big run out there.
Full count and out. And Jerko with a keen eye. Take ball 4.
Yeah, that's a great plate appearance. Why? I'm sure there are rookies out there, even veterans, that would get a little froggy and swing at some bad pitches out of the zone just to try to get that run in. Jed Jerko's thinking, you know what? Will Venable's on deck. He's having a heck of a night. I'm going to just pass it along to Will, see what he can do.
Maybe you pull another disappearing act right here.
Never know.
2 for 3. The 2-run homer, the single. Be sure to check out the postgame show. You get another look at that home run. It's worth it. Worth checking out twice. Tell you what, our producer Jason Lewis says, why wait for the fun? We'll show it to you right here. Vanishing act. Looks like he hits it pretty well. Marcelo Zuna, the right fielder. I'm under it. No, I'm not. Is that gone? What should I get? Yeah, I guess I should run. And
it's a homer.
2-run home run in the 2nd inning. Had to give Will a makeup call on that one. Got shortchanged. Well, it's, as you said, Mark, really interesting, too, because you check with the umpire for what their signal is. Nothing. Dave Roberts, little uncertain. Greg Dobbs, the first baseman, uncertain. Ozuna, no idea where it is. Bounce right at Coughlin. He'll get tested right away. And he tries to make the turn, but the Padres and Will Venable able to beat that throw, and Yonder Alonso will come in to score the 5th run of the night for San Diego.
A huge run for the Padres, just not hit hard enough. It kind of eats up Coughlin at second base. And even with the arm of Echeverria at shortstop, watch Will. He knows he's got to get going. Pick him up, put him down, beats it out. RBI, 5-1, Friars.
A blend of power and speed for Venable tonight. So here's Nick Hundley. Flew out in the 2nd. Bounced into a double play in the 3rd and struck out in the 6th. But enjoying a nice start to his season. And Venable is off to the races, and Hundley will foul this one away. Dobbs will give it a look. Well into the seats. Love to see the Padres keep turning up the screws a little bit. Keep the pressure on. Run. Make everybody uncomfortable out there.
John Roush, big right-hander, heating up for the Marlins.
Snap throw doesn't get Venable. Will's been around the league long enough. He doesn't really fool anybody. They always know he's a possibility to go. 4 stolen bases on the year so far. Oh, and he got him hung out this time. Dobbs will run him back. And Echeverria will apply the tag, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. So Ramos had a beat on him and guessed right. 5-1 Padres as we head to the 9th. Stoltz, we talked about it in the open, looking for another quality start for the Padres, and Stoltz would provide just that, going 6 1/3, 7 hits, just the 1 earned run, couple of walks, 4 punch-outs. 4th quality start of the season, and Eric Stoltz is our Carl's Jr. star of the game.
Hey, you do that, you're going to keep your ball club in the game, even if you're trailing, a chance to get a base runner or 2 to get back in it. So enter Anthony Bass. 4-run lead, no save situation, so Houston Street will shut her down, and Anthony will get an inning of work, hopefully a quick 1, 2, 3 inning to seal this one up.
Anthony having a nice job in a couple of different roles there out of the pen as the middle guy, coming in a little late for this one. Carlos Quinton and Andrew Kashner talking things over. Padre win tonight would put him over the 500 mark at home. Coming into tonight at 8-8 here at Petco. Marcell Ozuna, 22 years old, just called up not long ago from Double-A, filling in for the injured Giancarlo Stanton. Is there a guy in San Diego who couldn't wait for the sun to go down more than Marcell Ozuna?
Oh. You know, when you think about it, though, it doesn't matter, right? Because it was a home run, right?
Yeah, but I got to imagine that's going to shake your confidence for the rest of the time.
Well, yeah,
out there.
Sure. It's got to, you know what? I never played the outfield, but that's got to be one of the worst feelings ever.
Can't imagine anything worse than that. Short of maybe a line drive
right
hit at you,
and you come in too quickly and you misjudge it, then all of a sudden you realize, oh, I'm past the point of no return, and it's over your head.
But there's that almost that submissive expression that you have on your face when you just throw up your hands and you roll your eyes like, really, I don't have an idea at all where this is going. Ozuna will test Venable, but this one will jump into the seats. I'll tell you, the fan plays tonight. What about maybe the best grouping of plays we've seen? We see one here or there every other night or so, but we've had about 3 or 4 dandies today.
Fantastic.
I see what you did right there. And I see what Anthony Bass did right there, too. The slider to punch out Ozuna to lead off the night.
Slider on the half shell, get it out there. Good rotation out in front. You see Ozuna kind of reaching for that one, disrupting the timing. Big first out here in the 9th.
Here's Greg Dobbs, 0 for 3 with a line out in the 6th. A couple of flyouts for him also. One in the 2nd, one in the 4th. 7 hits for the Marlins, 10 hits for the Padres. Padres lead this one 5-1. Marlins holding true to form. Very little hitting and 2 more errors to tack on to their league lead in that department. Come in with 27. Now at 29. Padres, on the other hand, playing very good defense right now. 3rd best team in the National League. Little nubber to Anthony Bass. And 2 down in the Marlin 9th. Quick reminder for you fans, tomorrow when Dick Enberg returns from his little anniversary break, we'll see you at noon. Ricky Nolasco will go against Jason Marquis. A little earlier in the day start for you. 12 o'clock, Padres Live, the pregame show. Mark Sweeney and I will turn it over after that to Dick Enberg, Mark Grant, and Laura McKeeman. Things hold up this way. The Padres put themselves in a position for a series sweep. Padre pitching allowing to this point just 1 run over 2 games to the Marlins.
Hey, you start winning series, right, from here on out, and then you start inching your way back to 500 overall, right? Going into this game, San Diego 14-18.
with a bouncer to Cabrera, cup of coffee and a piece of cake for Everett yonder. Anthony Bass closes it out. Beautiful night for the Padres as they take the second consecutive game from the Marlins. 5-1 the final score, 5-0 the final last night. Once again, Padres win. Padres Live brought to you by Cox right around the corner, and Laura McKeeman tells us what's in store. Laura?
Well, yeah, Mike, we've got a good Padres Live postgame show coming your way. Another quality start from a Padres pitcher. That's Eric Stoltz. We'll break that down, and Chase Headley keeps his hit streak alive. It's 12 games now. We'll hear from Bud Black. It's all coming your way on Padres Live, the postgame show.